I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Yeah.
Man, shut up.
So, alright, I'm going to do this review right now with my phone. I just, too excited about it. I don't feel like setting up the camera. You're lucky I even turned the lights on. So, prepare yourself. Film Fanatics. Now, I just saw Ghostbusters, and I gotta say, it wasn't the greatest. Do I like it better than the original? Hell no. The script, in comparison with the original, wasn't that great. You'll have fun with it. I'm not saying one of those things like that cliche thing where you turn off your brain, you'll have fun, enjoy some popcorn. No. It was actually got to a point where it was believable that this team could work and get the job done. So I had fun with it. A lot of the jokes towards the end started to miss. But from the beginning to the third act, everything was pretty funny and it was working. I heard that it's great to see this in 3D, that the ghosts will come at you and whatnot. I thought it was going to be too much to the point where it was going to feel like it's all in your face. But it was actually, the CG for some of these ghosts was actually to a point where it looked very good. And to some scenes where the ghosts came off a little scary than some actual legit horror movies. Warning guys, I'm getting into some spoiler territories. Now there was cameos by the original group. All right, everybody, the surviving members. There was a bust of Egon. He in the college where one of the scientists worked at, and you got to see him give a little cameo with the statue of him. That was great. I appreciated that. But I gotta say, I did not like the cameos. I did not like. There was two cameos that I liked. Bill Murray's was just okay. He was some snooty ass scientist that was just debunking everything. He didn't believe anything that the girls were doing was real. He was debunking it and making them look like fools. His was just okay. Now Dan Aykroyd, he made an appearance. He was some cab driver, and he actually came off as if he was Ray from the other universe where he was a Ghostbuster. He's talking about, oh, these ghost eyes just a class 5 cataclysm, blah 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 blah. There's nothing to be worried about. Hey, I ain't afraid of no ghost. I'm like, what the hell was that? That was so cheesy. The best one was from Erin Hudgens, Winston, the original Winston. Who, the whole time you're watching the movie, when you were watching the trailers, you knew that Leslie Jones had an uncle who let them borrow a hearse for the girls. It was I never made the connection that would be the uncle. That was pretty neat. So the cameos were just okay. Sigourney Weaver made a cameo at the end. Hers was nice, but Hudgens and the original secretary, I forgot her name, sorry. Her cameo, and I was going to be mad if they didn't do what they actually did, and she went, what do you want? So I liked her cameo. The villain in this movie is the thing that's going to make you the most upset. He's so weak. And you want to compare it to the other Ghostbusters? No, don't do that. Compare it to just a villain, period. You want to compare it to a Disney villain. You want to compare it to anything, sci-fi, horror. It doesn't matter. The guy was just weak. It was mostly about a guy who was upset about being bullied, I guess, when he was young. He's a guy who was mad about being mocked. In the original one, it was science versus the supernatural. I said, in this one, it was science versus science using the supernatural as a weapon, and it just didn't work for me. And that was the only thing that made this fall flat. It just kept dragging on and on and on. The movie was about 15 minutes longer than it needed to be. And then the villain at the end, the throwbacks to the original, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, who turned out to be a balloon. And then he used he manifested the image of the actual Ghostbusters logo. He had the little bow tie, just like in the real Ghostbusters cartoon, walking through the city before that logo comes down on him and traps him and starts the cartoon. Now, I had a theory that this would have been better. If this would have been an adaptation of the cartoon, I thought this would have been a great movie. But no, they kept linking it to the original two movies, which is why people went up in arms in. There were a lot of references to the original movies, yes, but there were even more references to the cartoon. It was like, I felt like, make this an adaptation of the cartoon, and you might not get so much heat about it. Kate McKinnon, she was Egon from the cartoon more than anything, but just cranked up to like level 7. I felt like at any moment she was going to whip Nene and just start dabbing. I don't know what was going on with her. I loved her character. I love Leslie Jones's character. It made it more real, more believable. It felt like this was some real people. Now, I usually don't like McCarthy in movies. She's hit and miss. This was a hit for her. I liked her. The only person, I'm surprised I'm about to say this, was Wiig. Kristen Wiig was the one that felt miscast for some reason. She didn't hit home with me. The only time she hit home with me was when she told the story about why she believes in ghosts, when she was haunted by an old neighbor of hers that passed away, and her ghost just kept haunting her for like a month straight every night, just freaking her out, and nobody believed her. That story freaked me out, and I was thinking, are we gonna see this? Is it gonna be a flashback? It would have been perfect, but it didn't happen. So many things that this movie could have did, it didn't do. So many things that I didn't expect it to do, it did do, and it hit pretty well with me. Overall, I'm gonna give it a C minus, maybe a C. Maybe I'll change my mind later. I'll give it a C, maybe 3 out of 5. Not a bad movie. You compare it to the original. No, the script was. There was nothing that really made this feel like, okay, you got to save the city, great. But in the original movie, you had to save the city and you had to save a girl that you loved and care about. In this one, you had to save your secretary, but it was such a goofy thing when Thor got possessed and Chris Hemsworth got possessed. It was just for comic relief. It wasn't any real tension in it. But hey, I recommend going to check it out for yourself. I'm thinking that this movie is going to be a financial success because of everybody just putting so much emphasis on it. I'm not saying it's a great movie. I'm saying it's a pretty good movie, and it's worth checking out. And just find it out for yourself. You might actually have a good time. So that's my vote. Go check it out. Go see it. Ghostbusters 2016. Will it be a franchise? I guess we'll find out. I don't know if it's going to keep going. Tina Fey needs to be in the sequel if they do come out with a sequel. Till next time, guys. Oh yeah, you know what? Here it comes. We have a winner. We're gonna reach out to them. Those free tickets are coming. I'm gonna send somebody out to go see this movie for free. So there's a subscriber out there. I already have them in mind. I didn't get don't have a name for you yet, but you know what? I'm gonna put it in the comments here, and we're gonna reach out to that person. I'm gonna say congratulations in the comments below. So here it comes. And until next time, guys.